Hello everyone. How are today? It's been kind of a while since the last of the streaming, and I'm excited to start again with a wordle. And I always do the wordle. I love the wordle. Let's see. I need to trim my little guy. He's kind of looking in all sorts of wrong directions here. Trim, trim, trim. Yeah, yeah. There's another weird thing. The blinking offset is very, very wonky. Also, Spotify's a bit loud in my ears. I wonder how loud it is in your ears. And the song just turned off. Great. So I can't test it. Okay. I'm going to do the word while people file in. Uh, so there's a problem. I don't know anything about words. Not going to be S. Spotify. Spotify. Be louder. All this chill video game music has like a whole lot of dynamic range, most of it being not loud at all. Just completely. Oh, now it's super loud. Hmm. Uh, mange? No. Can't do that. Moat? No, I already did a T. So the problem with using stare at the very beginning is uh I completely get rid of all of my options if they're not there. I have nothing more to choose from. Bathe, no, that has a T. Everything has STAR or E in it in my mind. Gas, no. Bang. Then that would have an S in it. I'm gonna go with the ever elusive long fish. Ugh. Ooh, please be. I've been saved by the handy. Okay. I'm going to get right back on into it. So I've been working quite a bit on the airplane game, and it has been fun on a bun. So let's see. Health bar is not there. Just gonna start this and see what I need to do getting back into this. So right now I'm working on switching weapons and adding weapons. I've done updates to the UI. Yeah, we do that. Take damage here. Okay. So I need the plane to handle the inputs here. Handle inputs, yes. Get rid of that because I don't need it anymore. So I have a new input here called change weapon previous and next. This action just pressed. Weapon change next. And I want to get previous as well. Nice. All right, so I need to actually cycle weapons here. Um, Now I have on my heads up display, I have this weapon switching thingy here. And I've been using it to test out, like I kind of wanted this kind of carousel thing, um, instead of having like a whole on weapon wheel and stuff like that. So this is handling a lot of the logic of switching the weapons right now, and that's not the way that I want to do it. It's away from um the actual logic of the plane. So what I want to do is make this the dedicated weapon switcher. So what I'm going to do in global is add weapon switcher um, self. So in global, I need to add that variable weapon switcher. Selected weapon index. Okay, now what I need to do is maintain within the weapon switcher an available weapons list. I have so many of these things open now. I need to close all of these. How about I just close everything and then start fresh? This might crash Godot. Hey, it didn't. There you go. All right, so we have our weapon view, and I need this to be available weapons. So I need to be populating this from plane. Now I need to change this because this appears in a couple different spots. Available weapon size. So anytime I have weps, I need to make sure I'm changing this. No, I think I need to change this to get weps. Your index equals get wep. Uh this. There we go. Index +2. Cool. Noise. We've done it. And where else do I have weps? Weps. Available weapons. Okay. All right. So what I'm doing here is this populates the sprites on the carousel here on the front, with weapon icons based on what weapons I have to choose from, and I will be able to cycle through them. Awesome. Nice. Love that. Huge. Amazing. So, whenever there are three icons here, and what happens if I only have one weapon that's available? So, right, what I have to do is switch. These all just have to be basically the same icon. If I only have two, well, then it's going to be my primary and then the secondary on either side. If it is three, it's going to be 1, 2, and 3. And that's all it can be up to that point. Actually, what it's going to be is index 0, index 1, index -1 over here. Let's take a look at how this is looking. So we're querying available weapons. That's good. Get wraparound index is getting the weapon there. All right, so if x equals 0, I guess we can't do anything. Yeah. If x equals 0, return. Um, let's see, what do we do? This shouldn't happen, but it could. So I have to plan for it. Let me close these craps. Where is player plane? Okay. What do I have here for weapons? Okay. On ready. Oh, we already have the ready callback. Is this a base plane? No, this is the initial thing. So ready callback. Ah, yes. Here's what I need to do. Global weapon switcher. Available weapons equals weapons. Self weapons. So whatever weapons that we have after the ready callback, it's going to uh, give to the weapon view to cycle through. And yeah, what I have to do is, I have to set available weapons. Weapon list, pass. I don't know why I always do pass. So available weapons is equal to weapon list, and then we populate the sprites. Lit. It's awesome. Water. Alrighty. I need to make sure that I always have a default weapon. Weapons. Actually, I think it's in planes. This enum, yes. Default weapons: Gatling gun, rocket launcher, Gatling gun, worm juice. I'm just gonna make that rocket launcher, and this is gonna be laser beam. Cool. Alrighty, so on each, no, I would have to do, how best to do this? Let me take a look at Pelican here. Pelican, yeah, it has nothing in here, but it is selected as plane. What to do, what to do, what to do. Okay, so what I'm gonna do actually is back in the plane class, we do have the plane object here. Player plane, yes. His weapons completely empty. Default. Weapons, equipped weapon, weapons. No. Alright, so what I need to do is get the default weapon. Default weapon equals planes get default weapon for plane class. How many times am I doing this? Match whole words, please. Yeah. Playing class. Okay, cool. Let me go back over to Switchblade and make sure that it is calling itself the right thing. No, you need to be the Switchblade here. So I need to check everything. Ironside. Ironside is going to be completely wrong, right? Yep, completely wrong. Ironside. All right, Mohawk. I just closed like all of these. The Beast. Breach. Come to Butthead. Havoc is next. Playing class is Havoc. And the Revenant. Leo DiCaprio being eaten by bears. Okay. So, on the player plane, it will get the default weapon. So, what I need to do is weapons equals default weapon. Cool. Yes, so what I need to do is set available weapons. Nice. And let me just go back in and make sure I have that correct. Takes an array. Turns nothing. Woo! Learn to type. Learn to type. Get out. Get out of here. Crazy. I'm gonna move the microphone and it's gonna be loud. There we go. This Legend of Zelda music's nice and peaceful. Alrighty. What we got? So, whenever we load in, we should always have the Gatling gun. Right? I don't know. Let's try it out. Loading, 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 loading. Things are getting slower now in terms of loading and building and stuff like that. So that is kind of cause for concern for deploying this. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah, you can't do that if it wants weapons. So it returns integer. I wonder if this will allow us to do that. It might not. Because it's returning an object. It might balk at that because it wants to return an object. No, it's fine with that. All right, so we only have the Gatling gun. Nice. All right, so on player plane, handle inputs. What do I do? What do I do? Well, it's in here. So on next pressed. Yeah, okay. On next pressed and on previous pressed. Let's add these to it. So global weapon switcher on next pressed and on previous pressed. Let's try this out. And what I should see is anytime I push this, the left or right button on the D-pad, I should see the carousel, the weapon carousel move. Man, we are slow today. Let's go. Yeah, that's what I want. All right, so we can turn around, we can fly around, we can switch weapons. Okay. Um, I don't want it to be able to move if there are not enough weapons. If available weapons size greater than 1. Nice. So let's just add this logic into most of these. So whenever I test this out, I should not be able to switch the weapons because I don't have that many weapons to switch. Single player, let's go. Yeah, okay, nothing happens. That's good. That is good. That's what I want. Okay, so I've got the bullets, I've got... Yeah, I'm all set. So what I now need is a indicator of how many bullets I have. I think I'm gonna need icons for that. But for right now I'm not gonna bother. So throttle up, throttle down, left, right. Excellent. This is good. So I need equipable weapons and to switch them. So what I need to work on is the Gatling gun. Gatling gun. Constant class is equal to weapons Gatling gun. Weapon class. All right. And this is extending weapon. So weapon base. Yes. Need to take a look at how this is working. So we're going to have a weapon mesh. Ready callback in the physics process. Yeah, so I was getting started on these, and we have, you can hold primary and you can hold secondary. Um, bar, you know, firing modes. Single burst, auto, and charge. Okay. So what I'm gonna need if I'm gonna do these kind of firing modes is I need burst amount, for charge time. So burst amount. Uh, we need a couple different ways to fire these. So firing mode single doesn't need to do anything. It's just if it's fired, then lock it out. Did I just delete the gun one? Okay, so I have two different here. Gatling gun. Okay, great. I'm gonna copy some of this. Um, ammunition resource. Ammunition resource. Alrighty, so let's do handle firing. And things are going to need a fire and pre-fire. I think I've had to do that in the past. So what you do whenever you call fire on the weapon, um, certain things have to be adjustable. So like how many bullets come out, what damage is being done, etc., so forth. So I need fire pass, and I need pre-fire and post-fire. I'm kind of just copying pasting this from like other shooting logic things that I've done. So what this is gonna do is allow me to shoot, but it's also going to allow me to uh, have some callbacks and pre-calls. So what I do here is copy and paste these. There we go. Now, um, let's take a look. So on physics process, if holding primary, let me take a look at how I had the Gatling gun before. And I'm just going to copy and paste this with some modifications. All right, so if trigger held, that means we need a fire tick. Yeah, we need cooldown. Cooldown, variable, fire tick. That'll be equal to 0. Let's see, what do I do here? Fire tick is greater than cooldown time. Then we can fire again. Okay. Trigger is held. Now this would be for auto. All right. If holding primary, we need another function. Handle trigger. Handle primary trigger. All right. So what I need to do is match firing mode. Variable firing mode. Spotify, what you doing? What is this from? Skyrim. Cool. And that is going to be firing modes. There you go. All right, so what this is going to do is this is where I'm going to parse out all of the logic for my different firing modes. So I'm going to do actually just want to do full auto. Um, let's see, match firing mode. Firing modes, auto? All right, so trigger is held. It equals that if it's greater than cooldown. Fire cooldown. Okay. So how do I do that again? I need if the fire tick is greater than or equal to fire cooldown, then yeah, we do this. think we can just call that cooldown. I don't need to call it fire cooldown. All right, so if we are holding the trigger, holding the primary trigger, if the firing mode is automatic, we'll have a little bit of cooldown, but once it reaches that threshold, this cooldown threshold, this will revert, and you can fire again. Yeah, so if the fire tick is greater than this, yada, yada, yada. Ooh, okay, so yeah, I'm not incrementing this like I need to. All right, so we increase it by a little bit in the cooldown. What is the cooldown? What did I have that for? This 0.02. Okay. Get out of here. Float. You are also going to be afloat. All right. So, ooh, you're going to be a resource. You're going to be a ammo type, but I'm not going to do that just yet. First amount, be an integer. Charge time is going to be a float. Yes, 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 yes. All right. So if we need to do like a firing check, if ammo check, function check ammo. Ammo available. And this will return a Boolean. So what I need to do here is if I have the ammo available to shoot, I need to then shoot it. So I've got my ammunition here. It's not declared yet. So uh, ammo available quantity. That's what I should do. Quantity. Integer. Reborn Forever 22. Hello. How are you doing this fine? What is to me on the Pacific time zone afternoon? Today we are making some dogfighting plane shooting arena multiplayer game, and it's been pretty fun. All right, so fire tick is down to 0 if ammo available. Let's just say 1. Then we can fire. Else we need to dry fire. Am I right? Nice stream. How are you? Oh, thanks very much. It's doing pretty good. It's been a little while since I've streamed, but I haven't been doing it very often. I think this is maybe like my 6th or 7th stream. So, still, kind of in that teasing phase. You know what I mean? But it's been going pretty good. Met some new people and really having a good time. Ooh, okay. So, well, if I'm not doing that, that's where I would change fire tick to 0. Nice. So I can get rid of this. Don't need it anymore. I love just deleting swathes of stuff. So need function dry fire. And what this should do, just play a empty click noise. Nice. Let's take a look, take a look, take a look. So whenever we fire, we need to decrement our ammo. Ammunition count, ammunition. That should be an integer. Yes. Question. So you do the ifs and wins, but how is that connected to the game? Hope you understand. Don't necessarily understand just yet. If you do the ifs and wins, so I assume you're talking about like these statements right here. Being like these are case statements as they're sometimes referred to, and like how are these connected to the game? If that is what you mean, right now this is I'm developing a weapon for the plane. So here, let me show you kind of where it's at. Um, what you can do and what I'm trying to get at with this code here. So whenever I pick my plane, I can fly around this little arena. That's cool. But right now I can't shoot anything, and I want to be able to like shoot down other players and like shoot down these boxes and stuff like that. So right now I can do a couple things whenever I press certain buttons. So if you see my throttle go up whenever I press up and down, uh, that is kind of the basis of these if statements. So whenever I press throttle up, whoop, throttle goes up. When I press down, throttle goes down. And that's what I want to do. I want to integrate that with firing the weapon here. So what I have over here, actually in my plane class, um, oh, I just deleted it. But whenever I press weapon fire, so let's take a look. If input is action pressed, where's my primary fire? Primary fire, pass. In my weapon over here, if I'm holding primary, then do all of this junk. So let me tell the weapon that I'm holding the primary action. Selected weapon, holding primary is equal to true. So if primary fire is being pressed, then we're holding primary fire. And if not, else. It's crazy. It is crazy like to wrap your head around it first, but once, I mean, no matter what program it is, whether it's like AI, whether it's like Facebook's gigantic code base and stuff like that, it's never more complicated than just these little bits of operators, as they're called. So if statements, else statements. Oh, I don't have my selected weapon declared up here. Selected weapon. It doesn't get any more complicated than that. I mean, we can take a look at all the operators here. So like I'm adding something here, or doing some math here, and I'm just doing a whole bunch of it. You know about yeah, you know the basics. It doesn't get any more than just the basics. You just have to do a ton of it, and that does get very, very complicated. Um, I take it you're a programmer. Do you make some games and stuff as well? Yeah, I don't think you need to know much more than the basics. I think one of the best like programming hacks is to just know how to Google stuff. You're not. If you know the basics, then you could totally do it if you wanted to. Let's see here. I got started, like I never went to school for this kind of stuff or anything like that. They just learn some, still try to learn more. Tutorials are a really fun way to go with that. Sebastian Legge on YouTube, he's got a ton of pretty cool stuff. Let's see, holding secondary. Yeah, so this will be, we can have the primary fire and the secondary fire. We can hold these. And just trying to learn more. Yeah, it's, me personally, I am pretty, bad at just kind of soaking up knowledge without trying to get my hands dirty. I definitely try to jump in head first into stuff like that, like making a little project. Like Godot is very small and very free in terms of a game engine, and you can like whip up stuff pretty quick. I've only been working on this game for a couple weeks now. Um, that said, I have quite a bit of experience in doing that, but like if you follow some tutorials and get into it, like you'll definitely start to pick up more and more. And um like there are certain things, like I'm copying and pasting a lot of things from stuff that I did long time ago. So the basics stay with you. All right, so if ammo is available, then we can fire. And that goes here. Ammo minus equals 1. So whenever we shoot, we just get rid of an ammunition. No. ammo. What are you doing? Okay, so firing mode. So I need to get this declared here. Constant. Ooh, okay. I need another enumeration. Actually, I can just copy and paste that one that I made here. So firing modes. How do you even know what all the things do? Well, I made them. What I like to do, streaming I think was a good option for me just because I like to talk to myself out loud. Some people call it rubber duck programming, where they will just have a rubber duck on their desk and they will tell the rubber duck what they want to do. So that's essentially what I'm doing, and now I'm broadcasting that to the world. What I do, I have a plane. Let's take a look at the plane here. I have this ridiculous looking guy. And I say I want him to, yeah, rubber duck just the other day. It's it's crazy like how that kind of stuff sticks around. So I have this plane, like, okay, what do I want it to do? I want it to shoot stuff. How do I shoot stuff? Okay, well, I'm gonna need a projectile. So, well, we've got that here. I'm I made this projectile, which is just a cylinder. Um, and you can make that fairly simply, just out of a cylinder shape that it already has. So I can, here, let me show you real quick. So if I just say make a little capsule, there you go. That's all there is to it, and you just change the color on it, put it sideways, and stuff like that. Great. Um, it's just a whole bunch of it. Uh, let's see, the plane. Do you also program how it looks? I do. I um I am in the VFX industry professionally. So if I can pull this up here, I modeled this guy, and to me, I just kind of like knocked this together. It didn't take super long. The program has various geometric bodies available. Yes, and I'm at the point in this game where I'm making my own models. But before, like, let me see. Ah, yeah. Uh, for the first like 2 weeks of this game, I was using this. This was my plane, and what this is two boxes. So this is, yeah, I can get, it's one box and another box right there, and it looks like a plane. That's all I needed to get started there. And it has a couple things available to you, like you can make a little prism, you can make a sphere. Uh, whenever I don't know if you saw, whenever I was flying around a bunch of cubes. I didn't model those cubes. Those came uh, out of Godot for free. And uh, the modeling that I have done um, is not super crazy complicated, and I'm making just kind of fun little guys like this. Like, uh, it's not super realistic looking, stylized, you know. Let's see. I need in weapons now. Yes, the firing modes. So these are all the different ways that I want the guns to fire. Like I want to be able to have full auto. So the software I use with the models is Maya. It's from Autodesk, and I do pay for this. I have a license for this, just because I use it professionally for work, and I use it over something like Blender because I'm way faster at this, and just I can, it's like second nature to me. But if you're just starting, just download Blender. It is free, and it can do, um, for all intents and purposes, you can get just as far or further with Blender for free, than you could trying to like learn this, even though it's, you know, they share the same principles and stuff. Let's see. All right. So I want to have like single fire mode. So like you press the button and it just shoots once. Burst. So you can shoot it out multiple. Full auto and then charge. So like if you had like you have to hold the button and then then it can then it will do that. All right, so charge time, charge tick. That's another thing I'm gonna need in the weapons. Charge time, charge tick is gonna equal 0. Oh yeah, firing mode is going to be, now that it's in weapons, weapons firing mode. Right? Right? It's mad because it's not declared here. Ah, oh wait. Weapons firing modes. Nice. There we go. So that is how I can do that. I just need to actually test this first. So Gatling gun. This is going to be the actual scene that I actually plonk onto the plane scene. But in weapons here. Yeah. Constant default firing modes. Yeah, so now I have to assign these. So the Gatling gun is going to be full auto. And what else? Oh, I actually have to put this in front of it. Gatling gun, his firing mode's full auto. Also, if you're watching Reborn, like it it'll tell you like whenever something's wrong. It's nice. The nice thing about Godot is it has like autocomplete and error checking, so it's like you can't do this. Uh Identifier auto is not declared. Well, oh yeah, I have to put firing modes in front of it. So the rocket launcher is going to be single. Nice. And that's it. So I'm going to just do those for right now. Oh, laser beam. Laser beam I want to be burst. I'm glad that you're watching. Um, if you have any questions, like even if like I'm going over stuff, I can absolutely let you know what we're doing here and how you can do the same in your game. So I want this to be a burst style weapon. Laser beam, rocket launcher, and grenade. Those would be the first ones I start off with. And if so, what I also need is going to be no, I'm getting way too ahead of myself. I just need to work out the Gatling gun, and that is it. So I want the Gatling gun to have a little mesh. I actually have to have a little mesh called weapon mesh. So let's design that, Reborn. I'm going to make, it's called a mesh instance. And I just type up here mesh instance. So a mesh is what holds the model. And I am not going to make anything complicated. I am going to make a cylinder. And I'm done. So this is going to be my Gatling gun. And I'm going to rotate it so that it faces, not directly into the sky. Over here at transform, this is where you can adjust the positions and all this good stuff. I'm just going to face it forward and save that. So what I'm going to do is make sure this fits. You can see I've already kind of, let's see, what are you doing here? Oh, I have these guns here. I actually don't need these anymore. I'm going to replace these ones with my Gatling gun. So in Godot, I can actually bring in that Gatling gun scene that I just made. So we have this right here. And in my Pelican, it's right here. So it's ginormous right now. Doesn't need to be that big, but it does need to be in the right place. So I'm just going to move it all the way down here I'm going to scale it down over in its own scene so it looks a little bit better. Oops, I scaled that the wrong way. Ugh, ugh. No, 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 no. No. Let me scale it. No, that way's fine. Instead of me scaling it, I'm actually going to change the properties of the cylinder itself. So change the radius. Let's call it 0.15. There we go. That's good size. And I'm going to take out some of the radial segments here just because I don't need like crazy high resolution. In fact, I need kind of minimal. This is just for fun. Yeah. I mean, I'll release this so people can play it. Maybe just like on a website or something. Um, but yeah, there's, you know, this isn't for work. This is just for me. Alrighty, so I can close that there. Oh yeah, and I need to call this weapon mesh because in the script, weapon base here, it says grab me the node called weapon mesh, so it has to correlate to this guy here, so I can manipulate it later. Let me see. I need to position this so this looks a little bit less dumb. I mean, it looks pretty dumb still because it's just like this giant cannon. Nice. Yeah, it is. I also had my Gatling gun script from before because I was kind of working on something similar to this. All right. So whenever you shoot, here's what happens. We have a bullet and it creates an instance of the bullet. So what that is like we have like let me actually pull it up. Where is my tracer bullet? Oh, it's right here. I already had it pulled up. We have this thing. So it makes an instance of one of these. So if I just have this one, that's one instance of it. Oh, I can't do that there. Oh, whatever. Now we have two instances of it. Fantastic. So it just makes a copy of it, essentially. So that's what the gun does whenever you shoot it. And I'm having a kind of hard time going back between all of my scripts here. It does get complicated there. Oh, because I wanted to go back to Gatling gun. Yeah. So we take that bullet resource and we make an instance of it, and then we add it to the scene. That's what this crazy long line is here. It's just add it to the main thing, add the child bullet instance, and then we set the global transform to the global transform of whatever shot it. So take the bullet and stick it in the gun, essentially. And then you tell the player, have one less bullet. Really long way around the barn just to, you know, make a bullet and throw it out the end of the gun. So I'm gonna add that here into the fire script, the fire function. Here it is. And I'm just gonna copy that and adjust it. All right, so I'm calling it the bullet instance. I'm gonna call it the ammo instance because we don't have a bullet resource here. We have the ammunition resource. I'm just changing the names essentially. All right. And so you make the models, put them in a blank world, and then write how the plane reacts to various inputs? Absolutely. Yeah. And let's take a look at the plane so you can see how all of that works. So this is the player plane. It doesn't even have its own model yet. I have a function called handle inputs. And this is called every frame from here in the physics process. So what this does, if I press throttle up, then I set the throttle up. And if I press throttle down, I just have this exact same thing. This is the exact same line, except I put a minus there. So we have less. Weapon change, I tell my weapon switcher, I just press next. And if weapon change previous, I just press previous. Primary fire, well, then I'm holding the primary fire. If I'm, yeah, we have that if statement here. If the action is pressed, I'm holding it. Else, I'm not holding it. And this is how I'm handling the rotation of the plane. It's a little bit more complicated. Like this is like finding the actual input from the joystick. So if I'm tilting it the left joystick this way, then roll. Or if I'm doing it this way, pitch around, do all this kind of stuff. So this is what rolls and moves the plane around. And those are all the inputs I'm taking right now. Looks complicated, but is really just a lot of it. So ammunition minus equals 1. Down here, ammo instance. Yeah, so I need to replace all of these, what I'm calling a bullet instance, with ammo instance. And the ammo instance needs to be set up. So, ammo resource. Function on ready, I need to get the ammo resource. So we have the tracer round here. So we need a script that says what ammo all of our weapons uses. Yeah. So I'm going to add that right here. Constant. So this never changes. So the Gatling gun is always going to use bullets. So you see me write var, which means variable, or const, which means constant. So variables can change, constants can't. So ammo type, I'm going to call it, I guess. I don't know. Is equal to. And then I'm just going to copy this where I have it up here. So the Gatling gun needs to use... Do I have a script called ammo? Let me go all the way down here in my scripts. Ammo. I do. Hey, look at that. Bullets, rockets, and energy cells. Nice. So I can reference this over there. So Gatling gun uses ammo bullets. Nice. And I'm going to copy and paste, copy, paste, copy, and paste. Rocket launcher doesn't use bullets. It uses rockets. Laser beam doesn't use either of those. It uses, what do I call them? Energy cells. Heck yes. Okay, what's funny to me, you do not try an error and go into the game. What I would imagine how this works. You just know what to do. I absolutely do not. I know exactly what I want it to do. Sometimes I have to figure out how to do it. What I'm doing is more or less kind of just simple in that I want to have a weapon with bullets. So that's simple enough. I mean, you can this is all also pretend. You know, you're not actually making a physical thing that goes out in the world. I'm just going to call this box a weapon. And well, it needs to have a function of bullets. So I can give it a script so I can uh add stuff to it. No, not that. I want to add this add script, and I'm just going to call it whatever it wants to call it. So I can say I have a varying number of bullets. Number of bullets is equal to 3. Awesome. So now this box has 3 bullets, whatever that means. So from the plane, I can say, hey, mesh instance 3D, which is what you're called over here in the node. How many bullets do you have? I think I can actually just print that out. Oh, I can't. You don't need that on there. But if I just tell that to run, it should print out 3. And I can actually print that out a little bit more. Number of bullets. I'm not really asking it to do much more than this. There are some crazy little math things that you can do. The bullets move in the game, is that like a pre-made feature? Ooh, no. so I can actually show you how they work by going into the tracer round thing. So this is, I've shown you this before. We've got the tracer round, which I can move around. Fun stuff. And it has the visual representation here. So you can see this yellow cube going on. But let's take a look at the script. So this is the script that tells the game what it wants to do. We have some information. So damage. So if you get hit by this, it will do 15 damage. And it has a max life, so of only 3 seconds. So what that does is, like, I don't want to like shoot it and then have it just go on forever. Like, that's just kind of a waste of time. Especially like if I shoot like 50 billion bullets, then I'm gonna have 50 billion little bullets flying around that the game has to calculate, and that's no good. So the what this does is has a max lifetime, and then I basically kill it after it's been that long. I missed. And it has a velocity, where that's the speed it flies. So on the physics process, so everything in the game has the option to have this function in it. This is a pre-made function. What this does is every tick of the game.
レボーンフォーエバー22、3 はここにいます。
Every tick of the game, it will call this function. And so what I'm telling it to do every tick of the game is translate. So translate as in move on a vector 3. So vectors in terms of this are these are the vectors. So vector up, vector forward, vector left, right. Vectors always, like, I thought were super crazy complicated. They're just the directions that it moves, X, Y, and Z. So I just say move on the -1 of Z vector 3 times velocity every frame. And I can show you what that means. So -1 on Z, that's kind of a confusing thing. Well, here's a visual representation of it. So here's my Z. If I subtract 1, it's over here now. Now if I subtract 1 again, it's over here now. So I'm just doing that 60 times a second. I'm telling it to, okay, we're at -2, -1. -3, -1. And it just does that a whole bunch. But I'm also multiplying that by 10. So it goes -1 times 10. And now it's all the way over there. So it can fly pretty fast. It just does that 60 times a second. And let me get this set up so I can show you what that looks like. Whenever I tell the Gatling gun to shoot the bullet. I need to wrap up a couple little things here real quick because I've... All right, so we have the ammo type is ammo bullets. And I need to tell the ammo path, where those are. Constant resource paths. For bullets, I need to load this in. This is a little bit complicated, like how I'm doing it right here. I'm just doing it so that I can have these nice, what I'm avoiding is magic strings. So what I can show you here is something called a magic string. This is, oh, am I not using any? Oh, okay. Yeah. I can load these textures in like this and like these bullet paths and stuff directly here. But like, let's say I change this SVG or PNG file. Well, then I have to go ahead and find all of these things. So I'm putting them into enums, as they're called. I'm enumerating all of these things I can have. So whenever I change, if I want to update bullets, I only have to change it in one spot. That's essentially why I'm doing it this kind of complicated way. It's complicated now, but it's going to be way easier for me in the long run. So my bullet resource path is tracer bullet, right here. Nice. So what I can do in the weapons here, ammunition resource, I have to load that at ready. So ammunition resource is equal to load. Let me see, ammo type. How am I going to get that? What is TCSN for a file? Is that for the body? So the TCSN is what Godot calls its scene files. So each one of these tabs represents a scene file. This one's a 2D scene. This is where I have like my heads up display. This plane is a uh, I think it's, I forget what the T stands for, but T scene. Um, and GD is the GD script, which is this language here, which is attached to it. This is pretty similar to Python. A lot of people have called it pretty Python-esque. Um, and it sort of is. The more I get to know this and Python, the less I think it is. But it's, for all intents and purposes, it is. All right. So with the ammo type, yeah. All right. So that's how I do it. Our ammo type is equal to weapons get ammo type. Yeah. Function get ammo type for the weapon. Return ammo type weapon. And I always denote like my argument ones with a P just because I'm weird. And that's going to return. Nah, I don't need to declare that. It's fine. So our ammo type is weapons because I'm calling it from the weapon script. Get ammo type. What are we? I guess we need our weapon class. How are we going to do that? No, this would have to be called from ready callback, actually. Ooh, okay. Okay. So the order of operations is important here. We need our weapon type. Variable weapon class. So we don't know what our weapon class is yet. We have to tell it where this needs to be. Ammo. We have to tell it in the ready callback function. I think you're smart. Have you always been interested in math? I was terrible at math. I failed math because in school I was so bored with school all the time. I didn't know I had ADHD at the time, and I just stopped paying attention, and I would like nap in high school and stuff. Um, Math, like whenever I kind of turned my act around in college in terms of like academic stuff, um, I still struggled a reasonable bit with math. But that's not to say I don't use it in this at all. Let's see, where's probably the most math intensive thing here? Um, it's probably in the heads up display actually. We can do some showing off stuff. Yeah, like these kind of things. This is a fair amount of math. Like the thing that rolls the plane around, it has a fair bit of that. But really, I don't get much more. Like I'm just multiplying two things together here. Um, and some of these concepts, even a lot of them, I'd say, I just have to Google because I'm not reinventing the wheel here. This isn't quantum computing. This is stuff like they've had, airplane shooters and stuff like these kind of games since, the 80s and the 70s. So, uh, it's not crazy math intensive, all the stuff that I have to do. Like, for instance, in the trace around thing, I'm just doing one multiplication, I'm telling it to move this way by this much. Easy squeezy, really. Weapon base. Oh yeah, so I have the ammo type. Ammo path is going to be equal to ammo get resource path for the ammo type. And then I load the ammo path into an ammunition resource. Amazing. Except I forgot that I don't have that function here. So let's add that function in. Get resource path. And really what this is going to do is just give me this line. Uh so yeah, let's add that in. So what I want to do is return, so give me resource paths because it's in this dictionary here. The key that corresponds there. So I'm going to pass in bullets. So if I pass in bullets to this, then it's going to give me this. And it's going to return it to me. So whenever I call get resource path from ammo, well, there it is. And then I'm going to load it. And that's going to be all there is to it. So on ready callback, actually, this is where I need to declare my weapon class. So, Gatling gun. Yeah, there's nothing really in this script. Extends function ready callback. Yeah, what's the deal? You're a weapon. I demand to know you. Why you are not doing what I ask. Yes? Why are we getting errors here? Extends weapon. Why are you not able to resolve that class? I think you are. I really think you are. I think this is JavaScript. No, I'm not super good at JavaScript. I struggle with that a little bit. I've done some JavaScript stuff before. Let me see if there's anything I can pull up that uh might be kind of interesting in terms of like I just did my portfolio. I have my web page that has a fair amount of JavaScript in it. Are you interested in JavaScript? I'm off screen over here. Let me see. What have I got in here that's going to be fun looking JavaScript? Yes, so I use JavaScript for web pages, and um, I don't think I'm necessarily super proficient at it, but I have had to use it, and often what I have to do, I have to rely on Google so much. Yeah, let me pull up the page here. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I am looking for something over here for you. Oh, did I have to make a whole scripts folder? Here, let me pull this onto screen. Everyone relies on Google. Absolutely. I think one of the uh things that's super important is just like kind of knowing how to Google stuff. Let me see. Where do I have? Is it not in users? I wouldn't have put it in users. It's all going to be in templates here. So this is a web page that I was working on a while back, but I don't think I've kind of abandoned it. Posts. All posts? Ah, yes. There. There we go. There's my extension of JavaScript. Um, so it's a lot of like jQuery. I do a lot of old jQuery junk. Um, oi, get out of here, instrumental minion. My ban you. Instrumental minion. Go on now. Um, just fun jQuery junk. And what I had to do was kind of had to make a way to like drag things around. What I think this essentially was like, yeah, I wanted to make like a Craigslist style thing that had a whole bunch of like I could drag and drop images from the computer and they would become thumbnails. Yes, I remember. Yeah, they would become 150x thumbnails, and that was super complicated, and I kind of hated it. And I had to Google my way through it, and I just kind of bashed together like half of these things, and I had these categories here that it's pretty gruesome. Um, and of course, you have to hard code all the states because I was it was something that anyone in the states could use. So I've had my fair share of JavaScript, but I will say Godot GD script is definitely nothing like JavaScript. I say it's definitely less strictly typed, um, and less kind of I don't know nebulous. I feel like no one uses just plain JavaScript anymore. They all use libraries and stuff. Um, ooh, wait a minute. Uh, is that how I want to do it? Class. Can I just do this? Yeah. Okay. All right. So we have the weapon class there. Weapon base. Yeah. So we get the type of the ammo for that weapon class. We get the path to it, and we load it. Awesome. Ammo instance. We have to set it up the ammo instance. So who's firing it? So this needs the player plane. Ah, I moved that out of there. This might work. Ammunition is going to be equal to, I'm just going to arbitrarily put this at 100. And now I'm going to do what I call crash and burn. Godot is not only for small games. The thing about that is larger studios don't use Godot. Um, Larger studios use Unreal Engine or Unity, just because there are a lot of advantages to that. A lot of companies have already bought into that ecosystem and they have like lots of assets for it. They have workflows, big professional workflows for it. And that's not to say that indie developers don't use Unreal Engine and Unity. Plenty of people do. Solo developers use Unity, and I've used Unreal Engine myself before. Um, the thing that's appealing about Godot is it's free and open source, so like you don't have to pay anything. There was a pretty big debacle last year in terms of uh, why it was Unity actually. They were charging a what they call a runtime fee. There we go. Yeah. I need to change this function ready callback. So a lot of people were like, "Oh my gosh, I don't want to pay for Unity, especially like what if my game doesn't make any money? Like I'm gonna no, dumb." So a lot of people came to Godot. Um, it doesn't have a lot of the performance and stuff that Unity and Unreal Engine like kind of give you for free, so to speak. Like see these shadows here. On the side of this plane, like those can definitely look better, and they can have like more higher fidelity. You can make Godot look really good, but you have to put in more work than you would have to with Unity, um, or Unreal Engine. So you can make it really big, but Also, for an indie dev, you're not gonna really make a big game. I can't imagine anyone like attempting to make like a full AAA sized game by themselves. I mean, that's just kind of it's crazy. That's you can do it, but it's not time conducive. So, in my opinion anyway. Not just for small games, but it definitely prefers the smaller a lot of smaller places use it. And now that's going to work. So, my weapon base, I can check that and call this. Okay. It's just a little bit more complicated, but isn't everything I do. So, single player, let's go. Okay. Invalid assignment of property. Holding primary with a type of Boolean on an object of nil. Oh, yeah, selected weapon. So default weapon. Selected weapon is equal to weapons O? Yes, so we get the default weapon for our plane, and we add it to our list of weapons, and our selected weapon is always going to be the first one. So what do I need to do there? Selected weapon is going to be is not an object. Ooh, okay. So we get our default weapon and we have to load it. Yeah. That's what I'm needing to do. In weapons, we need resource paths. Constant resource paths. Basically the exact same thing that I'm doing over here in ammo. In fact, I'm going to copy and paste this because I'm naughty. Oh, wait, nope, that's not what I wanted. It's paste. But instead of P ammo, I'm going to call it P weapon. So the resource path for the Gatling gun is going to be just search it, Gatling gun. Wah. Nice. This is gonna cause it to be just plonked into the middle of the plane, but I'm fine with that for now. So weapon object is gonna be weapons get resource path for the default weapon and load it. And add it. Add child weapon object. And selected weapon is going to equal this. Okay, awesome. Right? Might not be awesome. I'm just going to try this and fix what's broken. This is another thing that I do whenever I get like too far ahead. Um, I will have missed something, especially like after you make a lot of changes. Like, there's no way you can keep this all in your head. Uh, so I just start the game and let it tell me what's wrong. Okay. Add child in base is derived this, not a subclass. Oh, goodness, that's a complicated one. So I'm trying to get resource paths of default weapon. Get default. Planes get default weapon. Where is that at? What is that returning? Default weapons is just these. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of handing around of that. So let me go to the player plane. We're getting the weapon object. Let me print it out. Print an object. Yeah, I want to be able to. I want to be able to print this out and make sure that it's what I'm printing. Default weapon. Print. No, I'm already printing. Default weapon and then print the default weapon. Tell me what it is. Drink some water. So right now, this is debugging. This is not, I'm not adding any, the feature is added, but the feature doesn't work. So I knew what I wanted. I wanted to be able to add a weapon to the thing whenever it pops up, but it's not working. So, all right. So my default weapon is 0, and that's fine. That's what we want because that corresponds to the enum here. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So our default weapon is the Gatling gun. That's correct. Player plane. We have the default weapon. Yes, yes, yes. Well, we're not able to add the child here. So let me print out what this weapon object is. Okay. Invalid type. You can't add is not a subclass of the expected argument class. Selected weapon. That's a complicated way to say something. Weapon object. So I can see what this weapon object is down here in the debugger. Weapon object. What are you? Okay, resource path. It says it is the Gatling gun TCSN. Yeah, all that junk that I don't need. Oh, okay. I didn't make an instance of it. Instantiate. That should solve my problem there. So I loaded it, but I didn't instantiate it. So I had the resource, but not the actual object. Very key differences that are pretty annoying. All right, so we're flying around and nothing is happening, and that's okay. So we have our gigantic Gatling gun hanging off the bottom of it. We definitely need to move that. This holding the trigger doesn't do anything. So let me work on this here. Holding trigger. Let's print some stuff out. All right, so in weapon base, that's where this is. All right, handle primary trigger. If holding primary, handle primary trigger, and that should match the firing mode. Yes. This is what I want. Ammo available. Oh, never mind. I see what I do. If you gotta go. Oh, well, thank you very much for hopping in. It was very fun to have. Very friendly and talented. Thank you very much. Appreciate helping and showing everything. Love people to teach like this. Thank you. That it means a ton to me, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And feel free to come on back and ask any questions that you like. Best of luck learning, and I'm looking forward to see what you make. I'll see you around. What a cool guy. All right. So what I want to do here, if ammo available, ammunition greater. Ammunition is greater than quantity. Oh, it can be greater than equal to. So return ammunition greater than or equal to quantity. So if ammo is available, so I'm passing in 1 here. See you around, man. If if ammunition is greater than or equal to 1, do that. And whenever we fire, we are removing 1 ammunition. Awesome. So let's see. I like when nice people like that come in. Let's take a look. Why are you so slow to load? I'm not seeing anything pop up. That's a bit concerning. So I'm going to print held. Okay, so that does print. All right, now let's print here. Make sure it's matching the right firing mode. Oh, it's not matching the correct firing mode. So firing modes. Oh, firing modes just isn't set. So, blah, 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 blah. Ammunition resource. No, not that. And this is gonna need to be turned back on because we're not matching the right firing mode. Ammo type. No, firing mode. Firing mode. Oh, let me put it down here. Firing mode is weapons. Get firing mode for weapon class. I don't know if, yeah, I don't think I have that here. Yeah. You just copy and paste and do it all again. Get firing mode. Firing modes. Nice. So that should return that. Okay. Let's start this and see if we cannot print and shoot stuff. Auto works. All right, so go back to weapon base. Stop fiddle bouncing around. Get out of here. All right, so the fire tick goes up. Ammo available. Let's actually print fire tick. So we have fire tick is always equal to 0.2. Interesting. So fire tick plus equals 1.5. Fire tick is greater than or equal to cooldown. What is cooldown? 0.2. Right? Why is that? Fire tick is equal to 0. Yeah. Why are you like this? Let me move it over here. Oh, well, duh. Never mind. I'm just dumb. Oh, yeah. See, there it increments and stuff. And then print fire. So we are calling fire if this goes off. We are firing. Yes, we are happy to do it. Okay. Ammo is available, so we are firing. What are we doing here? Fire, we call pre-fire and then post-fire. Go down here, please. Oi. Let me click and drag you. Ammo instance. So let's print out what that ammo instance is. Yeah, tracer round. Oh, wait. Am I seeing that right? I thought I saw it actually. Ammo instance set up. We are setting it up and adding the child. Okay, so let's print that global. No, not global transform. Ammo instance global position. Doink, doink, doink. Why you no print now? You were just printing. You were just happy to print. Okay. What? Let me do a sanity check here. What the heck? Why are we not printing anymore? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I ran out of ammo. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna hack this real quick. Yeah, okay. I was just out of ammo there. Um, so we know that part works, and we are decrementing ammo, but we are not putting the bullet where we want it to go. So we are let's see. 139 oh oh, I see it. Wait, what the heck? What the what the heck? All right. That was dumb. I'm dumb. So, what I wasn't doing was actually seeing it. I just was, yeah, not seeing where that was going. All right. So, ammo available worked if ammo quantity. So, I need to actually change ammunition quantity here. Um, right now, the this is just querying an arbitrary value, and I need it to actually query a better value. The actual one of how much ammo I have. Ammo. Let's see. Ammo bullets. Just to say 1,000. Actually, let's just say 0. That's probably a better idea. And for rockets, we're going to have 0. And for energy cells, we'll have 0. Nice. Lit. We want that. There we go. All right, so we're going to default to having none of any ammos. And what we need to have is a base amount that comes with every weapon. So weapons, ammo type, constant, starting ammo. So the Gatling gun, I'll give you 500. 500 to start off with. Rocket launcher, how many rockets do you want? 20. And energy cells is going to be how many? 300. An arbitrary amount. We can change these and balance these later. Static function. Get what? Who be texting me? And how dare? Oh, okay. Yes, I did take my car to a Volkswagen dealership. No, I don't love Volkswagen dealerships. Get starting ammo. Ah. Return starting ammo for the weapon. All right, so how do I do this? Whenever we load the weapon, this actually should all go into a different function called like get weapon. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. Except pickup types, fuel, bullets, and all this stuff. I don't think I want to do it there. Let's have another one. Function get weapon. P weapon. Alrighty, so I'm going to copy this over here. If if weapons, I'm just going to call that available weapons. Acquired weapons? Nah, just weapons. If weapons has P weapon, pass else, pass. Let's see. I need to copy like this whole chunk of junk. So the default weapon we don't actually use. Okay. Get weapon, default weapon. Awesome. So I'm going to copy all of this junk. Actually, not copy all of this junk. I'm going to get this junk. Yep. I am going to copy all this junk. I had to read and I hated it. Get weapon. Go down here. If we have the weapon, we'll handle that logic separately. P weapon, default weapon. Okay. Selected weapon is this object. All right. Now we need a bit of logic if we need to push it back in the thing. If it has this else weapons push back P weapon. There you go. There we go, and we're loading it and instantiating it and adding it. If it's new, then we do all this. Okay, so how do I want to do this? We need to add the ammo type. So we need to get the ammo type. It's weapons. Get ammo type for that weapon. And we need ammo amount. It's going to be weapons get starting ammo. Actually, instead of that, why don't we just make these a single thing? Ammo type, and we have starting ammo. I'm just gonna make these all one thing here. Ammo bullets. There we go. Yes. 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 No. No. Rockets and energy cells. Awesome. All right, so they're starting ammo. It's gonna be this. Heck yeah. Let's see. So how do I do that? Ammo starting ammo keys 0 is plus equaled starting ammo values 0. Really? Yeah? Really? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so regardless, it's going to increment that. For ink is going to be equal to this. Print got X, got more ammo. Starting ammo. I don't know why I didn't just go back and do that there, but you live and you learn. Starting ammo's value there, and then we get the weapon, and it sets that to be the selected weapon. Yes. So I want to see it show off. I want to make sure it prints the got more ammo starting ammo thing. Single player. Let's go. Ooh, nope. Holding primary on what's the object of none. Selected weapon. Get weapon. Selected weapon equals weapon object. Yeah, that's a we're gonna have to actually change the. We're gonna need another dictionary for this. This kind of sucks. Um, how best to deal with that? If you don't have P weapon, if weapons doesn't have that, that shouldn't happen. Default weapon. Yeah, we get the default weapon and then weapons pushes that back. Oh, it already had it. That's why. I'm not with it today. Mice on Venus. That's a pretty cool one. I like the older Minecraft stuff. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Okay, so we're going and we can shoot, and that's very nice. And we picked up 500 bullets. Now, what I need to do is change my debug screen. So my debug screen ain't be looking too hot, and I don't even have it open. Debug screen. 2D, please. Bullets. Okay, so bullets where? Bullets where? P bullets. P? Right text. P. Oh, this is the passed in player. Um, player ammo. Ammo. Huzzah. Now this should actually show how many bullets I have. It might also just crash the game, which would be most uncool. Heck yeah. We have 500 bullets. Okay, so that's not decrementing. That's because the plane isn't calling ammunition right. Var available is equal to how are we gonna do that? Global player plane ammo selected ammo type. Why is an ammo type here? Yeah, we should change that. Ammo type. And let me see. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do like this. All right, so the player plane ammo for this ammo type is going to be how many is available, and we'll return that there. And whenever we fire, we will decrement. So ammunition, we're only using once. So we're not using it at all. All right, I'm going to get rid of that and start this. I want to make sure that we're actually deprecating the correct thing. Decrementing, I suppose, would probably be the better word. Um, Single player, let's go. Nice. Okay, cool. We have plenty of bullets now. Now I want to. I need to change the pickups so that I can pick up bullets and stuff like that. Take damage. Nice. That's working. That's working the way we want. I do kind of want uh this to have kind of two muzzles. Um I kind of want there to be two of them, but for right now I think that's going to overcomplicate things. Um I kind of want to have the dual cannons. I think that'd be pretty freaking sweet instead of having just the one. Never have the Gatling gun there. Um and I'm willing to bet oh jeez. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have it's just all coming clear to me, like all of this stuff that I need to change. So I need another uh pickup weapon. Except pickup. Pickup types. Weapon. Um yeah, I need some logic here to actually handle the actual object. Get weapon, weapon resource path, and we're adding that. We're adding that child. Um, and then, oh, I guess we need a resettable script here. Function set weapon object to model pass. All right, so now Pelican needs a a thing here. It needs this function. And it needs to pass in a weapon type. That's not being used, so I'm going to remove that. Cool. That's what I want. That's what I want. All right. Set weapon object to model. So whenever that is called, I need to have actually instead of that, I'm just going to call that here. If we have it, we push it back. Weapon object. Boing, boing, boing. Set weapon object to model. E weapon. Okay. How do I do this? Oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do. So we have the weapon object, and then we add it. Yes. We have the weapon object, and we're adding it and putting it in the place that it needs to go. And I guess we just like match the weapon type. Oh, yeah, this has to go here. Player plane needs, I guess, weapon objects. Select a weapon versus equipped weapon. I need to change that. Oh, I see. Uh, that is a problem. I'm doing a complicated thing here. So I have equipped weapons here, and selected weapon, and they both ostensibly do the same thing, but one is expecting an enum and one's expecting an object. So weapons needs to change a little bit. Weapons match whole words, yes. Set available weapons, self weapons. Oh, great. We need to match case too. Weapons pushback. Yeah. Yeah, I need to change how I do this. Alrighty. This is gonna have to be a dictionary. Um, weapons and weapon Gatling gun. So we have the Gatling gun, we have the rocket launcher, and we have the laser beam. Awesome. Now I need to suss out, I need to figure out how best to do this. We I'm just kind of chatting for like at nothing. I am having a crazy hard time right now. You go here. You go here. Do it. This is gonna have to have a sub dictionary of owned and yeah. Owned. It's false. Object is null. How about that? Okay, so for every weapon, if we own it, then we're going to push back that we do own it, and we are going to load in the object. And we're just gonna uh, yeah, turn them off whenever they're not selected. Okay. Weapons match case. Set available weapons for self weapons. That's gonna be good. Weapon viewer. Was that what I call it? Yeah, weapon view. Set available weapons. Chow. Dictionary. Available weapons. Is going to equal that, and I'm going to call this weapon dict. Available weapons for X in weapon dict keys. Woohoo! If weapon dict keys owned. Oh wait, no. not that. X owned equals true. Then available weapons push back X. Sick. Alrighty. Alrighty. How the heck? Back into player plane. We have weapons here. And if weapons... Oh yeah, so I need to change how this works. Weapons keys owned, then pass. Else, weapons keys p weapon owned is equal to true. And then this needs to return a model, actually. Actually, no, it can't return it. It has to set it. It has to make the object. Is that weapon object? And then this has to go away. Cool. Right? We pick that up. Yeah, we need to do some logic here. Do insert logic, weapon switch logic. Priority, ammo available. Okay. So whenever we set weapon object to model, yeah, everything has to do this. Everything has to call this out. Add child weapon object. And in there, we also need to adjust our weapons dictionary. Weapon dict. Object is equal to weapon object. Okay. P weapon priority. But if we already own it, if we didn't have ammo for it before, and the priority is high, switch. Else, don't. Okay. And if we didn't have it, it's new. If we didn't have it before, equipped weapon is going to be P weapon. So I want to change selected weapon. Because I don't think we need that anymore. Equipped weapon. Now, this is not the way to do that. What I need to do is actually weapons equipped weapon object. Whoops. I think that's what I need to do. So I'm going to run the game and see what happens. I might just break everything. Load, please. Why are you so slow? Slow to load. Ah, key or keys? You can't do key. Oh, balls. All right. That's annoying. I bet I changed that in all sorts of places. So not weapon view. Keys. No, that's right. Pelican. Yep, did it here too. I think that's the only place. Weapons, keys. Wait a minute. Do I need to do that at all? Oh god, oh god. I don't think I need to do it at all. Huzzah. Okay, I'm gonna try and launch this again and hope nothing breaks. Which is basically what I do every time that I run any software ever. Just try it and hope it doesn't break. Single player. Let's go. Are we going? Are we crashing? Trying to assign a non-object value to a variable of type weapons. Weapon. Non-object type. What's P weapon? Weapon 0. Okay. Settle down. I know you're an integer, but why you just gotta be like this? There we go. Let go. Okay. And we're shooting. And it's worth this. And it does this. And that's great. That's great. That's great. Nice. Okay, so we can do that now. We like that. We love that. Bullets. Bullets shouldn't be changed anywhere here. So it's pickup type. I don't think you should pick up bullets that way. Hmm. How do I have pickups? Pickups? Yeah. Bullets, health, fuel. That's kind of hard. I wonder if I'm allowed to do weapons. Gatling gun? Can I do that? Nope. Oh, I'll have to map that to the pickups. That's gonna be annoying. But let me fix the Pelican script so that it actually puts Gatling guns in the right place. So I'm going to uh, load in a Gatling gun as if it were being loaded in here. And I want it to be right there. Transform. And I'm going to round those numbers out. Okay. 2. Transform. What is this? 1.197. Then you need to be 1.197. Awesome. So these are where my Gatling guns will go. So what I'm going to do is make markers. Marker. Boing. Nice. markers there, so these markers will be right here. Gatling gun left. Gatling gun right. Now, here, I will have the weapon object. Actually, I'm going to change the order of operations here. I'm going to load this straight out of here, out of the resource path. Weapon resource. Gonna load it. Okay, and then I'm gonna match P weapon. So weapons Gatling gun. So A is going to be an instantiation of the weapon resource. Yes. So 2 of those, please. Add child A and B. Nope, no, balls. Okay. And then I need to Gatling gun left, Gatling gun right. How do I do that? This is already complicated. So you'd have 2 bullets here. You'd have 2 guns. You have 2 guns, and whenever you try and shoot, it's only calling the equipped one. It's only calling the equipped object. That is tough. All right. Okay. How do I do this? How to only have one instance from 2 guns that shoot at the same time, other than just making it complicated for no reason. With the weapon resource and instantiate it. I wonder. I think everything needs to have a muzzle. Yeah, everything just needs to have a muzzle. So we have the weapon mesh, and our muzzle is going to equal a marker 2D. Marker 3D, excuse me. All right, so what Gatling gun needs to do is it needs to have 2 muzzles. Right? Yes. And you need a secondary muzzle. As well as primary. So where are we at? Muzzle. Mark 3D. Your bullet should come out of here. Okay. Bullets come out of there. Nice. All right. And this has to be called muzzle. Yes. So this is where the bullets are going to come out of a tube. Not very complicated. So whenever we load this in, it's going to put the Gatling gun here and at the right. So the left one is going to have to be the one that we use. So A needs to go to, wait, what is that going to be? Global position? no, global translation. Yeah. So this is going to go to the global translation of the marker there. So I've got the pelican here, and I have these two markers. So if it goes to the left one, the left gun goes to that one, and the right one goes to that one. All there is to it, other than to just copy and paste this one for the right guy, and that goes to B. Now, I've loaded that in. What I'm gonna do is the weapon object. I'm, I'm gonna just make it the left one. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we added the child. Blah, blah, blah. But whenever this shoots, this just needs a pre-fire check that says move the muzzles around. I think that's all we need to do. So a primary muzzle. That's what I called it. Back in Gatling gun. Primary muzzle and secondary muzzle. Actually, I don't even need to set that one. The secondary muzzle is equal to B's primary muzzle. Yeah, so now it can just switch back and forth really fast. So whenever I shoot the plane, well, shoot from the plane, it's going to go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And the weapons just need to adjust to that. So whenever I set this transform here, uh, we set this to our muzzle here, the muzzle transform. Muzzle. Not muzzle. Muzzle. Okay. And whenever the Gatling gun starts, the ready callback primary muzzle is equal to muzzle. There we go. And it has the pre-fire. Pre-fire? Yes. If... Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, oh, jeez, oh, jeez. Primary muzzle equals muzzle. Secondary muzzle equals muzzle. And... Actually, no, it has to... Oh, I'm stupid. It goes back the other way. So I need a offset. Yeah. T plus equals 1. And then if we are even, if t minus 2 equals, modulo 2 is equal to 0, muzzle equals primary muzzle, else muzzle equals secondary muzzle. I think that works. I think that's how you do math. You do your modulo. So whenever we shoot, we're calling the pre-fire thing, and it's putting it in the muzzle, blah, 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 blah. I think this works. It might not. Could be stupid. But that's always the wonderful world that we live in. Let's go. And we crash. Yes. Global translation on a base marker 3D. Global translation. Global position. Yep. Yep. Sometimes we struggle. Other times we're victorious. Let's try it again. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? Single player. Let's go. All right. We have fired and we have crashed the game. Global transform on nil. I guess muzzle isn't being collected. Nope. Muzzle equals muzzle. more water. Single player, let's go. Oh, yeah. Wow, that just kind of worked. So I need to change the speed with which these fire. Cooldown. Yeah, the cooldown time. Firing cooldown, firing auto. How do we do? Yeah, we just need to actually pull these from the weapons. Firing modes, cooldown time, constant. For Gatling gun, that is going to be 0.1, right? How much were we doing in weapon base there? 0.1. Yeah. How do we do this? Is that going to have to be like a cooldown map? Um, 0.05 and 0.1. Yeah, so what I want to do is have it step and threshold. Huzzah. What am I doing here? Gatling gun is equal to that. I'm not seeing something. Oh. I see what I was doing. I was trying to put it in as a dictionary whenever I really wanted it as an array. All right, so cooldown times. We're going to get cooldown time. Static function, get cooldown times. P weapon. Return. The cooldown times. Nope. Copy and paste because you can't spell. There we go. All right, so whenever I load up, we're going to have our cooldown threshold. Let's call it that. And cooldown step. Float. Nice. Alrighty. So the weapon class, cooldown step is equal to weapons get cooldown times. Cooldown times, weapon class step is 0. And cooldown threshold 1. Times, just gonna switch this here so I don't call it twice. Don't repeat yourself. Nice. So times is get weapon cooldown times for that and cooldown step, cooldown threshold. There we go. So now if I go over to where I was adding the cooldown threshold, and cooldown step, and this will be instead of fire tick, cooldown tick. Cooldown tick. Place all. Nice. All right. So the cooldown tick plus equals this cooldown step, and if that cooldown tick is over the cooldown threshold, then we reset the cooldown tick. And then if ammo is available for, I guess we can do bullets per shot. We'll add that as a to do. All right, so now that should have increased that a fair amount. Actually, it should have doubled the speed. Single player. Let's go. Yeah. You are just sawing through things at this point. That might be a little bit too fast, but I mean, we can work on balancing later. If it's just a matter of changing integers, that's fine. If uh we can get it so that all the mechanics work, like the switching muzzle things, this is great. Just gonna let myself know that these are private callbacks. So we have the ammo instance and we are initiating it. Ammo, yeah, this is all good. Velocity, ammo, ooh, yeah, okay. That needs to be within ammo. Velocities. Bullets is equal to 20. Back funk. Get velocity. Nice. And weapon base. Do we even need to do that? Ammunition resource. No, we shouldn't need to do that. Especially if it's coming from itself. Take a look at tracer bullet. Tracer round. Uh, yeah. P velocity is equal to 20. Yeah. Huh. I guess I can just hard code it as 20. Every ammo instance needs a setup. Okay, we have the hitbox, we have fired by, we have velocity, and we have the hitbox scale. So the hitbox scale, I guess this can be unique to the bullet. All right, so we have the bullet. So what do we do? The laser now. Suppose we should probably make the models a little bit nicer. So right now they kind of look like poop. They're playing. What do we do now? The rocket. We need something on the HUD so that we can know when something is made. We can know how many bullets that we have. I have the debug thing, but that's not good enough. So let's take a look at what we have here. Uh, Health bar, you're kind of in a weird place. So let's make this label down here. Um, let's call this our HUD cluster. What do I call this? Control replace with HUD cluster. Replace all. Thank you. Where do I want this down here? I want our weapon ammo indicator. Add child node. And I want this to be a 2D node of ammo. Ammo type. Label. So we're going to need two things. We're going to need a sprite and the label down here. So sprite is, as always, going to just be the little Godot head. And that is way too big. I would like you to be smaller, please. Would you be smaller for me? Yes. Yes. Be smaller. Go down here. And this is going to be just some text. And it's all the way up there. It needs to be all the way down here. So how do I want to go about this? I mean, that's pretty much fine. I guess it needs a script. Okay. MO. I have so many different things. MO widget. Yeah, let's just call everything widgets. Health bar, weapon view, throttle indicator. God, there's so many just different. I call everything different things. It's so dumb. Ammo widget. Great. Okay. So we have the sprite and the label. Sprite is equal to the sprite, and the label is equal to the label. Nice. So function switch weapon. It's going to be on weapon change. Pass function update quantity. So this is going to get the new ammo type. Actually, this is going to be the weapon that it is. P weapon variable ammo type is weapons get ammo type or P weapon. And then ammo get icon path for ammo type. And sprite texture is going to be equal to load that. Ooh. Get icon path. Oh, yeah, that's because I haven't declared that yet. Static function get icon path for ammo. Return icon paths. And make icon paths, actually. Instant. Now, I don't have that just yet. I need to make them. So how do I go about doing that? I'm going to make a new After Effects thingy. New project. Don't save it. Don't need it. New comp. Composition. How big? We only want it like 64 by 64. Cool. All right. So let's make a new solid and draw some bullets. Bullet reference. I'm Googling. Bullets. Okay. So how to draw this, make it not look like a wang. Okay. And I have this this little guy here. Uh-huh. And then we do this. Holy frijoles, that's not as big as I thought it was. Okay, so this has to be like right here. How do I anchor you? I forget. Okay. I would like to adjust these individual points, please. I would like to not do that. I would like to adjust the individual points, please. I forgot I had to click on the white tiled, and then I can adjust the individual points of the mask. Okay. Yeah, let me just get rid of these handles because I don't need those. Right. And we have a lot more room to work with here. Utilize the space. Does it look like a wang? Kinda looks like a wang. I might just steal an SVG. Who's got free SVGs for me? SVGrepo.com did. Faster than I can make one. All right, assets, icons. Where you at? I'm gonna call you bullets. Copy paste, copy paste, and drag this little guy in here. Neato, bullets. All right, so let me take a look here. You have been replaced, little guy. You are ginormous. Okay. Yeah, we don't need you to be remotely that big, but let's go with 0.04. Arten, what's going on? Welcome back. How have you been? We are working on the heads up display here. And we are stealing SVG vectors off of svgrepo.com, and they're way too big. Just finished work on your little game? Nice. I am getting back into it after a little while, so I'm just kind of wrapping up some polishing things like for the heads up display. Before I just had like numbers printing out. What games are you working on over there? Let's see. So I need this to be, yeah, we're loading the get icon path. And it's ginormous, but that's fine. So icon path, we don't want that one. I want this one. Yes. All right, so sprite textures, load, get icon path, and it's just gonna have to be that size. It's just gonna have to be. Let's see. Made two little games using JavaScript. Just way to go over JavaScript again, and it's been a while since you used it. Nice. Um, I am really, really interested in JavaScript-based games. Made the dinosaur and XO. I'm not sure what XO is. XO game. I'm gonna Google it. I definitely know what the dinosaur game is. Oh, is that just what other people call tic-tac-toe? Other than me, I mean. I say other people. Um, as if I'm some hoity of toity people. Nice. I remember doing. I remember tic-tac-toe was like one of the very first coding things I had to do in college, and I remember like the first time I was like truly disappointed um with I don't know, making AIs and stuff, because we had to make a a version of tic-tac-toe, and I realized my version would just always win. And because like there's it's really simple to just to make AI that was just factual. It's like it has the upper hand, and then I had to make it so that I won like 75% of the time. So I had to program in stupidity. And I was like, who am I? Why am I doing this? Like this was just it felt so wrong in a way. I thought it was really interesting. I have never made anything game wise in JavaScript though. I have only ever done uh just like web pages, like interactive stuff. All right, so we have our ammo widget. So we need, I guess we need to be on game ready, because game ready does call game ready, doesn't it? We call that from main. We don't even call that. Okay, never mind then. Don't need to do that at all. But we do need to update the number of bullets that we have whenever we change that. So I guess the player plane just needs to emit a signal. All right. So how do we handle that? Okay. Function update ammo. Pass. Can actually I emit a signal from somewhere else? Would that be absolutely stupid? No, that would be absolutely stupid. I'm ashamed of myself for even thinking of it. But I did think of it. All right, so what we do here is in the weapon, we take the player plane and the ammo type and reduce it by 1. All right, so instead of this, what I'm going to do is take ammo for the P weapon, right? Yeah. Yeah, take ammo and just, yeah, I'm just going to turn this into a thingy, into a function. And I'm going to pass into arguments. All right. So let's make that function. Take ammo, ammo type, and quantity. Pass. And what I can do is make a signal. And ammo updated. Alrighty. Where did I just put that? Take ammo. Mid signal. Ammo updated with that amount. Okay. So, yeah, fun stuff. Uh, I am reasonably far. My goal is actually to release first week of October. Um, but I mean, I've only been working on the game for like 2 weeks, so that's like a whole another third of the way. Ammo updated. Actually, I don't need to do that. Ammo type minus equals quantity. All right, let's see. And also the goal of this isn't to be like a super like vast, massive game. This is just going to be an online multiplayer dogfighting arena, not the actual dogs, but planes, plane dogfighting. So right now I'm sussing out the bullets and making sure that my heads up display is actually working. Right now it's not. So you can fly around. Got the damage indicator here. We have weapon switching. We have the dynamic throttle. We have the mini map, and I can spawn a plane. I've got the little heads-up display for locking on that kind of works whenever they go off screen. Um, chase this guy down. I think I can shoot him down. Uh, portals, all kinds of weird crap. Fuel. The fuel is draining according to the green bar there. And I think I don't know what happens whenever I take enough damage. Okay. Yep. I can't uh I can't die in single player. All right, but that is not connected the way I need it to. So far so good. I suppose so. I mean, it's coming along. Um Having a good time. I did some like Maya modeling uh which I typically don't do a ton of. I made a couple planes here and I think they're just kind of little silly, little fun guys. Um that's usually a step that I burn out well before I get there. Another bonus for the resume. Yeah, I went to the most disappointing job fair in Southern California for it was misery. Like there were they called it a tech job fair and it absolutely was not. Um it was uh it, there was like 20 little tables there in this gymnasium and 15 out of 20 of them were for some branch of the military or the police or something like that. And the other two were like Cisco. And they just said, go to our website and apply for one of the thousands and thousands of jobs. I was ready to schmooze. I was ready to be like, hey, let's make some connections. Let's do this. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Uh, I was denied. No such dice. All right, so ammo widget. We need to update the quantity here. Really hate your environment is depressing and demotivating. I have found uh that it's like that for a lot of people, and it really sucks. Um, I currently I've been laid off from like my job in VFX for a long time, like months now, and I actually it got to the point where I had to email myself to make sure that my email was still working. Like I was applying for stuff and I wasn't getting anything like in terms of, hey, thanks for applying at all. Like we don't want you, but thanks for applying. I wasn't even getting those. But my email was working, so let's see. Global HUD print the plane object. Yeah, whatever. I don't even have to spell it right. I just need to know if it exists yet in this time. Global player plane. Doing a little bit of debug printing here to see if I can connect the signal before it exists yet. Wait, what did that say? No, it doesn't exist yet at this point. So this happens before the plane happens. All right, so let us see. I'm just gonna make a function. Set player plane, p plane, pass. All right, so what I'm gonna do is actually just, because the HUD is gonna show up before the plane does. So my little hacky workaround here is whenever the plane is ready, which is after the HUD, I'm gonna say uh, set player plane from the player plane to the HUD. How about them freaking apples? Just so stupid. I live in a place where people still believe that if you pour hot water in a drain, a demon will slap you. What the heck is that? Um, that's a uh, that's interesting. I have been told plenty of superstitions where I'm from. I haven't heard that one, my a lot of the things like I used to believe, um, like I remember my sister told me that if whenever lighters run out of fluid, they explode. I think she was really just trying to get me to not play with lighters, but I thought that for the longest time. Um, I also thought like if you tried to start the ignition of a car and like it didn't turn on and you just held the ignition, the car would explode. Like just I most of the superstitions that I held were about things like common, everyday items just exploding in my face. Um, Thankfully, I don't have that for a lot of things anymore. Uh, I remain skeptical about some things, but try not to be superstitious. I talk to my friends or family about my goal to be successful or do something very good in my life. They're like, "No, it's impossible. Go try to find a regular job. Get the wife in that life." So, um, based on some context clues about the conversation, I'll take it uh you're either in not the United States or you're in the Midwest of the United States where everyone just does HVAC and stuff like that. Like I have some friends who are in the Midwest. Um I I grew up in the Midwest and a lot of my friends and people like whenever I moved out to Southern California are like, "Why are you going to do that? Why do you want to do that?" Morocco, nice. North Africa is freaking sweet. I think that is a really cool place, and I want to visit, and I want to go and pretend I'm Pokimane or something, um, and eat a lot, a lot of weird food. Um, so in the point that I wanted to get at, like in this environment anyway, in Southern California, everyone thinks they're doing something really incredible and amazing. Um, they might be living in their own little world, but they're so happy to be living in that own little world that you can't really fault them for it. I've been I've been just scrolling around here for like 10 minutes, not even know what I'm looking for. Yes, set player plane. Okay, um, plane, connect. Uh, let's see. What do I know about Morocco off the top of my head? I'd like to think I'm a little bit more of a cultured uh American, but I am not as cultured as I'd like to be. Don't really know anything about the area. I've done some like school projects and stuff. I did the biggest one I did was on Cameroon, which was like right in the crux of Western Africa. Um, and the only thing they really like that really blew my mind was like how many different climates Cameroon has in such a small area. Don't really know anything about it because I can't really trust any of the information that I read about it from the States because, you know, they don't know. There's a bunch of imperialist, revisionist history kind of things. Connect. Ammo changed? What did I call it? Ammo updated, I think was what it was. Airplane? Ammo updated. Yes, it was. Morocco is a good country. Visit exploring food and culture, but to live in is it's not a thing you'd recommend. People here believe in a lot of myths, and the minimum wage is crazy. That is a really difficult thing. Um, because it's like a lot of stuff we in the States usually hear about it like as like Eastern medicine and stuff. Um, stuff that is just quantifiably used to work in a supermarket full time 6 to 8 for only 200 a month. That is just horrible. That sucks so bad. Like, uh, that's literally dehumanizing. Like um, I appreciate the people who have work ethic that is like above and beyond where like they will work 80 hours a week. And it's the best they've ever lived and stuff. But I mean, that's at what point are you just devoting your life to something other than you that is not for your benefit. Um, it's that I think there is certainly a pride that people can take in that, and I, wouldn't want to take that from them, but it's not for me. I can't, you know, I've worked plenty of minimum wage jobs. My minimum wage jobs were uh more than that, but I didn't get as many hours like whenever I was in high school and stuff. Um, and it was pretty soul crushing. Like doing the same thing every day was really hard for me. I just couldn't focus, and I just hated it. I would dread going to my work, which was simple. It was working at a clothing store. It was very easy, but I just it was terrible. What am I even? I'll get to yapping, and then I'm just really bad at uh function on player weapon. Uh, no, player ammo update. There we go. Let's see. People like you're not content to go to work and shut up and like that. Supposed to do with 200 buy some bread. Uh, yeah, it's uh, there's a lot of fuss and a lot of talk. American politics tends to get its way into every other sort of politics around the world. So a lot of people, talk about the disappearing middle class and stuff like that, and how uh, something has to be done. There has to be like a universal minimum wage, stuff like that. I think more people are open to the idea of um, certain change in the status quo, like how only the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. And I used to work at a bank, and one thing that we talked about there was just how expensive it is to be poor. Like everything kind of evolved around like large companies earning interest off of you, and that was it was really disheartening. I mean, everything I think is disheartening whenever you think too much about it. Um, let's see, update quantity label text equals quantity. Uh, it's all right. I believe it can change life in the next years. I believe in you. I know you can. Um, don't apologize. So that's what it's all about. Finding people. You are going to help yourself um, by finding people that will help you, whether or not you ask for it, whether or not um, they know they're doing it. People help you. I in the successes that I've enjoyed, I can't take solo credit for them. Like they've just been um, people I've met have like got me jobs, or I've worked with them, or I inadvertently learned something from being around a like-minded person. It's I always say the secret to success is talking loudly in crowded rooms. So just put yourself into a place, or I call it standing in the right traffic. If you know what traffic to stand in, you're gonna get hit by a bus eventually. Uh, if that bus is success. So okay, label text is equal to quantity and player update, update quantity amount. So quantity text is equal to string of amount. All right. Yeah, don't feel bad about you know, speaking up. Don't I used to keep a lot of things in, and I mean I talk like a ton as it is. But like I used to kind of like bottle things up, and I would fester. Like I would you like poison yourself whenever you don't like let it out. And um ex- I understand my own situation better whenever I explain it to other people. Talk therapy, essentially. Let's see, label text. So on player ammo update. So what is I have to know like the current ammo type. Um Oh, okay. So I know what I'll do. Is global player plane ammo. I guess we need to store the selected weapon type. What type? ELP weapon. Weapon type. Ammo weapon type. Is that how I have it here? So in my plane sketch, I have ammo here for no, it would have to be no, that's not how I have it. I have it as this. I was already doing it. Chow. Weapon type. Ammo type. What are your plans after finishing this game? Work on another one. So currently, I'm working on a couple like larger scale games with some friends and stuff, and we would like to see those games actually go out on Steam and have like a, you know, more groundswell than this one. Like this one, it's relatively small. I mean, it's just gonna be a little arena shooter, not nothing too big. But in order to get there, I mean, you can release like the coolest game on the face of the earth, but if no one knows about it, it's like, you know, if a tree falls in the woods, can anyone hear it? Um, what we'd like to do is build up a little bit of a following first with some smaller games, such as this. You know, like I said, put it on the resume, um, and uh, release those through Steam. That'd be fun. All while, you know, looking for gainful employment. Available. What is that called? That is called Ammo Widget. Ammo Widget. Just had you. Ammo Widget, and that is string name is on ammo updated. Nice. So on ammo updated. On player ammo update, actually. To make sure that all of these are the correct name. And there we go. On player ammo update, the amount then will get passed to update quantity. Excellent. On weapon change, I don't know if this is going to work yet, but I'm going to start it and pretend that it's going to. And then, you know, I can only be surprised or I can fix what's wrong. So this is going to be like a web-based game as well, and it's taking a while to load, which is kind of frustrating. All right, I'm shooting and nothing's happening. But it's deprecating the bullets on the left there, but it's not actually doing it on the widget, which is not what I want. Okay, so I got some stuff on the debugger I can take a look at. Set player plane, cannot connect, ammo updated to callable null if the object is null. Oh, you dingus, you gotta. Ah. Yeah, you can't connect it because I wasn't actually connecting it. Whoop. Let's see. Like indie games, because you can clearly see the amount of effort a person can give. Played a couple indie games like Journey Tennessee, and where they were so good. um, I love indie games as well. I like there's a really cool quote about literature. And I don't want to misattribute it, so I'm gonna Google it real quick. Author entirely. Who said this? Um, I for I forget who said it, and I can't find the actual attribution to it, so I apologize. But they said a nonfiction book uh can tell lies. Um, like an autobiography can lie about a person, but that person, if they write fiction, it reveals them entirely. And I think indie games are kind of like that. Like you really put a ton of yourself into games, and like it shows in ways that you don't expect. Access property key null on a. Oh yeah, P weapon type. Ooh, 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 Oh, I see, I see, I see. So let's take a look at how we've done that. In ammo widget, what we have been done. Are there any kind of games, Octane, that you're interested in making next? Are you gonna like keep using JavaScript? Are you gonna try something hmm uh like in Godot or Unity or Unreal, anything like that? Weapon. Oh, I see, I see, I see. So whenever we set player plane, we also have to set ammo widget. Weapon type. It's going to be equal to p plane equipped weapon. There we go. Pardon me. Let's take a look here. So it just didn't know what weapon that we had initially whenever I was connecting it. Ooh, okay. All right, so now we are decrementing, not deprecating. I said that earlier. Bullets, they're on the left. All right, so I should run out pretty soon and not be able to fire anymore. Yep. Here's a game I think made by only a small group called Viewfinder, which is actually based in Moroccan culture. So good, the idea is crazy. I don't know how they managed to do it. Well, we're gonna take a look at that. That sounds cool. Has anyone played Viewfinder before? It's from the Moroccan subreddit. Is there a reason the decor is Moroccan? Here, let's take a look. Oh, snap. I broke it. I can find pictures in the House of Garden. You zoom in, right click, and there becomes picture comes 3D, and you can enter it. Oh, I think I've heard of a game similar to this. Um, uh, also, want to take a look at the Moroccan subreddit together? Uh, let's take a look. I'm I'm basic on Reddit, so I like to take a look at the top ones first. Not today. Two Moroccans save a man who fell in the freezing water. Oh boy, Morocco beats Spain on penalties and qualified for FIFA 2 years ago. Rabat, Moroccan supporting Palestine. Oi, likely ban evader has been restricted. I don't know if that person showed up. You get out of here. Kitties. I mean, like you said, culturally, it just seems so cool. Oh, they were on place. That's neat. Bono video calls kid from Gaza who lost a leg in Israeli strike. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Um. This is another thing. Anyone? I okay. Let's see. Take a look at some Moroccan memes. Not for any of those. Back with some Moroccan art, feeling a bit nostalgic. Is this the vibe? Got some cool street art. Oh man, he's got the Walkman. This is sick. This is cool. Take a look at the game on YouTube. Yeah, let's take a look at it. Viewfinder game. Ooh, it's on Steam. Dang, it's $25. I don't know about that. That's crazy. Okay. Let's take a look. See here. Here, Spotify. Settle down. Yes, I did see this game. That is cool.
It's been a while since someone's wandered around this place.
All right, so how would
And
we do that?
wanderers are always welcome.
That's cool. How are you gonna get through there? Okay, I wouldn't have guessed that though.
I've been meaning to ask.
It's really pretty. I like how you have to manage your exposures like that. So this
left plenty of records of the work.
reminds me of the game Superliminal. The game where you can just like
come back.
dynamically adjust sizes of stuff. Demo is free.
I
Yeah.
must admit, I'm surprised you made it this far. It's quite exciting.
This is neat. Let's see, how long ago was this? A year ago? Cat is involved. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the demo here. Oh boy, we have to update Steam. Never mind. That's actually I can't do that because it's gonna open up the big picture thing. I'll probably give that a try. Maybe oh, what would that be fun if we tried to remake that concept, remake that game? Let's see. There's trickery there. I think the effect is pretty profound. I don't know if the effect is necessarily like crazy difficult to do. I don't know though. I've never done anything like that. Never tried. Maybe that could be fun. Maybe on the next stream we can just try that. We can try to remake that. The game is I saw that it was $25. It deserves it. Love to support the small team by getting in the game. That's another thing too, is like, how do you price indie games? Like, how much is your time worth, kind of thing? And like, if you are a small team, like, let's see, where's Superliminal? Superliminal was I'd say it's like a tech demo more than a game. Let's see, where are we at? This game where you would just control the size of objects. I would like you to play, please. I would like you to play, please. And it was only ever $20. Wait, commercial license. What? What the heck? This game is made by the same team? You're kidding. Oh wait. Or are you showing me something else? There's no way. Not Pillow Castle. Superliminal. Where am I at? Let me find Viewfinder. And people love this game though. Overwhelmingly positive. That's wild. How the heck did they do that? That is wild. There's a lot of rules that they have to be following here. Here, I'm gonna add that to my wish list. Okay. One of the best puzzle games you can play today. This is neat. But what are the rules here? Like, okay, so that's carving away at that. It's carving away at this. What does it do to the tree? Oh, okay. So look at that little splotch of tree up there. It just is still hanging there. I I don't know, man. That's cool. That's really cool. Um, yeah, I think we should try and make something like that. Um, there's a trick about the game. Tell me. I love whenever like people like break cool concepts like that. Okay, so we have the gun and we're shooting here. Yes, we Oh, yeah. It's I don't know what they were doing. I mean, that's the whole game though. That's like once they figured that out, then they had to like come up with the puzzles like surrounding that. Let's see. All right, so we have our ammo. We have the Gatling gun. We can't switch. Okay, so I need to make the rocket launcher. That is, I think, what's next. So, uh, that way I'll have weapons to switch between. I'm gonna have to do some music. I'm gonna have to do sound effects. I can change this. I don't need this anymore. Delta, add ammo type. Am I not using ammo type? Oh, no, I'm not. Yeah, not using that at all. Okay. So I need another signal in plane. Go back to player plane and add another signal. Signal weapon changed. And I'll have to admit that at some point. There were a couple other games that I think had a similar sort of vibe. Oh, by the way, you asked earlier, I'm gonna make a new game on Unity. Actually, now I'm using my old PC. The best you can do is VS Code. Is just small games using JS or Python. I believe the next couple months I'll get a new PC and I can start the heavy work. Um, that's awesome. So you can totally start on like Godot and stuff on a really low end PC. You don't need uh heavy duty stuff to run that. I think even Unity is fairly low system requirements. Probably not Unreal Engine. Last I checked, Unreal Engine was like something ginormous, like 100 gigs worth of hard drive space, and my computer's pretty good, and it still like sounds like a jet engine whenever I'm trying to play it. I mean, trying to use it. Um, but Python is always fun for making games like Pygame and stuff like that. Um, to me, I think I uh Pygame definitely I would just try to play code golf with myself basically in terms of like I never ended up making games in Python. I'd make like little tech concepts for games. And then like that's why Godot was such a huge game changer for me personally because I could, you know, I let people do all the hard work for me of making the actual engine. With Python and JavaScript, you have to make those engines yourself. Pygame sort of I mean it works fine as a 2D engine, but 3D games in Python is basically impossible. Um well, not time not worth it for me anyway. You can certainly make games like with a Piglet, Pyglet, that does have a 3D OpenGL business to it, but I think it's a little bit. I I'm really good at Python, and I don't like those kind of OpenGL interfaces personally. Only for 3D games though. For 2D games, just fine. Nothing wrong with it. And I hope that you pick it up and get going on it because I like whenever people are excited about games. They make exciting games. And I think it's good for everyone whenever someone's excited about something. Rocket launchers. That's what we need. All right. So in scenes, I have a folder called weapons down here. Yeah. Yes. It's always because then you can share it with other people and they'll get excited about it with you and they'll give you great feedback on it. Scene rocket launcher. All right. Nice. So the rocket launcher needs a mesh and a muzzle. Because all weapons need a mesh and all weapons need a muzzle. Oh, wait. It doesn't know what a muzzle is. It has to be a marker 3D called muzzle. Muzzle. Do you have any sort of concept about like what the game is going to be? Like for instance, I've always wanted to do like an RPG. Like the Final Fantasies before Final Fantasy 7. Weapon mesh. I believe that's what that has to be called. And this is, yeah, the rocket launcher script, but it has to extend weapon. Pardon me. I'm going to take a look at the Gatling gun and see what I did here. So the weapon class, there we go, is going to be weapons rocket launcher. Noise. Gatling gun. How? I think that's it. I don't think I need to do anything else. I think I just need to let it know what it is. All right, so the rocket launcher, we need a mesh for it. And I am just going to make a cube because why not? Always wanted to make a World War II game with very good emotional story, make you feel the terror of war and losing friends and hope. Well, I would say that sounds exciting, but that sounds grim, but very powerful. I think that's a excellent like let me think of some comparison games. Like there's Spec Ops: The Line, which really delves into like um the horrors of war and like the kind of dehumanizing element to it. Uh, I don't think you can even find that game anymore. I think they took it off Steam, unfortunately. There we go. This is where the muzzle is going to be, and I will have to replace this with a proper mesh, but right now it can be a cube, and that is fine. So let me see where it's going to attach to here. First things first, I need rocket launcher. Are you snapping? Why are you snapping? You are snapping, but I don't have snap enabled. That's dumb. That is absolutely dumb. Alright, so this is going to have a big, like, belly cannon underneath it. Did you ever play Spec Ops: The Line, Octane? I played it for, I want to start by making small FPS games like CSGO. I wouldn't say that's necessarily a small one. But it is like in terms of scope, like in terms of arena style stuff. I mean, you don't have to make too terribly ton. Class based shooters and stuff like that. Godot would be good for that. I think you can find a lot of first person shooter like templates that you can start off with. Let's see. I'm gonna need a pickup here. So for on the pickups. Anyway, Spec Ops: The Line was really good. I played it for like an hour and a half. It gets deep. It kind of feels like it starts off, it like tricks you with like looking like it's a Call of Duty knockoff. Everything's like really brown. Really like just grim looking, and it looks like a generic war shooter, and then it turns out it's like, ooh, this is really good. Rocket launcher. Change the pickup type here. Edge pickup types. Okay, that's good. All right, and on plane, whenever it gets a pickup, what's my favorite game? Ooh, that's a tough one. So if the if it's the game that I played the most, it's probably Minecraft. I've sunk enough hours into Minecraft, but I don't think it's my favorite game. I think it's my favorite toy, um, because like it's not really a, you know, it doesn't have the all the things that make a good game for me. I really like Final Fantasy. I like Final Fantasy X of a lot. Let's see. I think I have a list actually, like a a pre-made list that I can look at of my top games. A lot of these are just games that I had as a kid. So, Final Fantasy here. Yeah, they're just basically games I used to own and that I thought were super duper fun. Let's see. Far Cry 3 is really good. You never played Final Fantasy? I remember whenever I picked it up, because I was like 10 years old when I first played it. I remember it being weird whenever I was 10, and it is still just as weird. Um, it's definitely like the most mainstream JRPG in terms of like, you know, the JRPG archetypes. It's not like super crazy weird. I mean, I'd actually say Monster Hunter is probably the proverbial, the quote unquote archetypal JRPG these days. Let's see, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is awesome. Um, I played a ton of that, and I still kind of do sometimes. Factorio is really fun. Uh, you got me pulling up my phone because I can actually have Steam open on there without it breaking this computer that I'm streaming on right now. Far Cry 3 is freaking awesome. You gotta hit me with your favorites if we're gonna share here. Let me go into just chatting. So you're not just looking at me doing nothing there. Oh dang, Konami's got a sale going on. It's crazy right now. Let's see. Ooh, Fields of Mystria. There's a lot of fun games going on. Fun sales going on. Oh, dude, how could I forget Doom? The original Doom and Doom 2. Those games, I would say that's definitely a contender for favorite. Um, Subnautica was really good. Portal, excellent. Um, let's see. Half-Life 2. Right now I'm just scrolling through, I'm just scrolling through my library telling you games I like. Um, yeah, so somewhere in there you'd probably find the favorite. Um, if you ask me, it would be God of War, Uncharted, GTA San Andreas, Detroit Become Human. Okay, that's awesome. Those are awesome games. God of War, do you have uh I'm going to assume it's the newer God of War, PS4 era God of War and God of War Ragnarok, uh, or are you talking about like the originators, like God of War 3 and earlier, and like the really arcadey stuff before he grew a beard and they developed like crazy awesome story? I also haven't played Uncharted. Like, I missed the boat on Uncharted, I feel like. I own Uncharted, but I just haven't picked it up and played it. Go back to streaming here. I mean, all of them are good, but the best one is God of War 4, the first one after you grew a beard. I really like that one. I played that one a ton whenever it came out. It was actually what I bought a PS4 for. That was what made me go out and get one. Um, and I actually have the God of War edition PS4. Uh, which apparently is rare. I didn't realize it was whenever I bought it. I just went into a store and just grabbed the first PlayStation they had, and it just happened to be the God of War edition. Actually, using the controller for that right now. Rocket launcher. You do this. You do this. You do this. So whenever the plane picks up the pickup, it has to be able to give itself the rocket launcher, which is going to be awesome. Accept pickup. Match pickup type. Pickup. Pickup types. Rocket launcher. Pass. All right, so what do we do with it? And we have this function here called get weapon. Get weapon. So we're just gonna call that from accept pickup. Get weapon, weapons, rocket launcher. Okay. And I think, where did we call this from again? Get weapon default. Okay, so we're only calling that once earlier in the beginning. It's not the one assigning the actual equipped weapon, is it? I think it is. Okay, it is. Nice. Uh, okay, so yeah, God of War, Uncharted, GTA San Andreas, Detroit Become Human. I have a picture of me, and I don't know if I can find it, in 2004 out front of a store while I was on vacation in Florida it was like my 13th birthday. And that was like right whenever Grand Theft Auto San Andreas came out, and I spent that entire vacation not enjoying the beach, but instead enjoying San Andreas and Los Santos. I thought that was awesome. I remember I also got GTA 5 whenever it came out, uh, coming up on 11 years ago now. I remember I had just got off work at the movie theater, and I went over and picked it up. Get weapon. How do we handle this? So whenever we get a new weapon, we need to emit a signal. Emit signal. Weapon acquired. Yes. Weapon acquired. Actually, if the only thing that's going to use this signal is what we're going to about to call after that, I don't think we need to do that. Emit signal. Weapon changed. Nice. So the weapon wheel, the weapon view thing here, we need to set available weapons. And I think we can actually do that without a I think we can do this without a signal. I think we can just call that directly, because that's what this wants us to do. Player plane, instead of this, global weapon switcher. What was the name of that function? Set available weapons. Yes. Set available weapons. Do I have to pass anything there? Yes, I do. Weapons. And populate sprites. Okay, so I'm not doing anything in terms of getting the selected weapon index. Selected weapon index equal to 0. Oof, that changes everything, unfortunately. Because this is what was essentially the source of truth there for the selected index. Oh man, this is going to break everything. Well, I'm going to see how it breaks it because I can't fix it if I don't know how it's broken. So I'm going to just start it and run it and see what happens. Single player. Let us go. Yeah, already broken. Yeah, can't access property or key 1 on a basic dictionary. Cooldown times. Oh, everything needs a cooldown time. So, how is this going to be? Rocket launcher. It won't have a cooldown time because it's going to be non-automatic. Do I have Discord? I do. And I don't know the best way to share Discord. Here, let me just pull it up. Yes. I am such a Discord noob. I only use it like on one channel that me and my friends hang out with. And I basically mute all other servers. Um, and I used to use it a lot more whenever I was doing a ton of Pokemon Go, but less so now. Party modes. Yes, 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 yes. And resource path. Ooh, yes, that's what I need. I do have a Discord. Just a moment. I can share the Discord. Send messages to call people. Yeah. So here's the thing. Do I need to just make? I only have like 21 followers. Do we need to make a Discord? I don't think we want to do that yet. Where are we at? Where are we at? I lost my OBS setup. There we go. Oh, it's the same idea as Twitch. Oh yeah, let me do that. Here, let me just a moment. I need to type this in. Rocket launcher. TSC. There you go. And I need a comma there, otherwise the whole thing will come tumbling down. Octane 2. I am like I said, a complete Discord noob. Send friend request. Do it. And we can chat offline. Stop breaking everything. Stop breaking everything. That is a lot of clicks that I have to do this. There we go. That took so long. Okay, back to it. So we got the resource path here, the rocket launcher. Now, whenever I add that, does that break everything? It very well could. I need to go outside and check on the squirrel that I put back in a tree earlier. Invalid access to property 1. Resource pass. Oh, jeez. Rockets. Yeah, we haven't made the rocket. I'm just going to have this shoot bullets at this point. We need a little... How do we do that? Where is tracer round, actually? Tracer round isn't seen. Tracer round? It's kind of lame. I'd rather have weapons. Create new folder. Ammo? Yeah, let's just make it in there. Create new folder. Rocket. All right, so what does a rocket look like? A rocket is pretty simple, but it needs to have... I guess it just needs to be chunkier than a bullet. Create new script. I mean, scene. Excuse. Let's call it a rocket, because that's what it is. I'm going to take a little bit of inspiration from my tracer bullet script, because tracer round has a cube and a hitbox. That's basically all it is. So I'm going to copy these, be cheeky here, so I can have a sense of size. Rocket. Paste. All right, so this is the tracer bullet. Have you ever used Blender to make models for my game? I haven't used Blender. I have Blender. The reason that I use Maya is because I work in VFX, and I have used this software for over 15 years now. Professionally for like 10. So I'm just really, really good at this compared to how good I am at Blender. But broadly, I mean, you can do most of the same stuff that you can do there in Blender. So it's just a preference thing. That is why I use it. I'm just way faster at using Maya. Let's see. This is going to be also a box, but I think it's going to be a cool box because I'm going to rotate it slightly by 45. Nope, not those 45 degrees. Oh, get out of town. By these 45 degrees. 45. 90, 90. Nice. I think I've used Blender like twice. And it was just, it was on the computer that I was on, and I didn't have a Maya license. I think that was the scenario. Okay, yeah, this is just going to be a cube. And I'm going to make it a black cube. Just so I can, see it. See that it's different other than just a white thing flying around. All right, so we have the cube and we have the hitbox. So the hitbox needs to be kind of chunky. The collision shape. This has to be a unique collision shape, and a capsule is just fine. So the rule is, whenever you're making collision shapes, so this is what is actually going to hit things, you kind of want it to be a little generous here. I think that's plenty generous. So if something hits that, it's going to explode. So I'm going to copy a little bit from my trace around script here as well. Alrighty, so let me just open this back up, make the rocket script. Okay, so max life, I want it to be way longer than that. I think like 20 seconds. We might not even need to do that. So the velocity is going to be way slower, I think. Let me just switch this to 20. Alrighty, so the rocket needs to fly very slow. Let's just start it at 4. I don't know. That's like 5 times slower than the regular bullet, but it might work. All right, so everything that we shoot, we have to have this, we have to have fired by. So everything has to have like an owner so that we know who damaged whom. All right, null I tick plus equals delta. All right, so that is fine. Is bullet. Where are we calling this? Find that. If damage by is bullet, well, I guess this is a rocket, so it's not a bullet. Anyway, man, really nice talk. You focus on your work. Feel free to stay around and bother all you like. It's 12 a.m. there, so you're gonna get to sleep. Oh well, yeah, definitely go to bed. Gonna be a long day tomorrow. See ya. Well, thank you for hanging out, and I hope things, are all on the up and up for you. I hope you can find really good environment with a lot of people who are as enthusiastic as you are, and I hope you get some good sleep tonight. I'll see you around. All right, so rocket is definitely not a bullet. So this is going to need base damage. Uh, we'll just call it 5 because the base damage isn't going to be big. It's going to explode. That's what's going to be the big damage. So how do we do this? We need to launch the rocket and then track it as well, I think. Let's do it. What do we got? Oh, man, I didn't have Spotify back on. Cannot resolve class ammo because of a parser error? Explain yourself. Ammo type, ammo rockets, ammo cells. Cannot resolve class ammo. Oh, okay. I have an error here. Yep, that'll do it. All right, so I just need to drag you here. Icon paths. This is not going to be right because it's just going to always show a bullet. Not this. Not a appropriate rocket, but I'll just do that later. Do you still crash? Single player, let's go. All right, now I'm kind of dumb because I didn't give myself a pickup for the rocket launcher. Pickup amount. Huh. Okay. I guess I do have the rocket launcher there. It's just a matter of it shouldn't have mattered how many. It can't give me more than one. That's the thing. We're not passing in anything that says to take that. We're hard coding it in when we pick it up. So here we go. It's not red. That's good. All right. Holding primary with a value of that on base nothing. So equipped weapons, weapon objects. So let's take a look at weapons. Coded object owned. Own true but no object. Ooh, interesting. So weapons equipped object holding primary is equal to false. But that is before we have set it to have an object. So there is no object yet, but it says we own it. That has to be done after. Where is that at? In get weapon? Get weapon, I believe. Okay. Okay. Equipped weapon is this. I think this will work. Um, I might just have to have a... I don't want to have a hacky code thing that says, oh, if you're just now switching to a new weapon that you didn't have before, then do something. Yeah, it's still crashing there. But what are we crashing for? Holding primary on type of nothing. So equipped weapon is weapon 1, and that object... Here, let me pull this up. Equipped weapon... Actually, it's this dictionary here. Show me dictionary. Owned and object is nothing. Okay. Owned and object is nothing. So that might be the thing. Oh, yeah. Pelican has no case for making this. Yeah. Yeah. Weapons, rocket launcher. What we're going to do is add child. Weapon resource instantiate. Oh no, I have to do it this way. Rocket launcher is equal to this. Add child rocket launcher. And I have to add this same logic here. Equals rocket launcher. There we go. Sick. Now, forget about that. So this is the rocket launcher. We are creating it from that weapon resource. We're adding it, and we're setting that to be that, and then we're gonna shut up. That's gonna be everything. Let us go. Let's go. All right, so we have this. We have a rocket launcher attached to our butt, so that's okay. Okay. And we can switch. Look at that. So we need to handle weapon switching. Yeah. We definitely need to handle weapon switching. So whenever I shoot with the Gatling gun, nothing happens. Whenever I shoot with the rocket launcher, nothing happens. All right. That's concerning. But nothing we can't unconcern ourselves with. What happens when I crash into it again? Nothing happens. Got more ammo. Awesome. All right, so it's definitely kind of working into a fiddly way. I need to set this up so that the plane accepts these better. Because right now it's not doing that. It's accepting it, but it's not switching, and the logic isn't really all there nicely. So that's why I need to suss out, just because I've added a fair bit today in 4 hours. So I'm gonna go over that logic, smooth it out, and yeah, do a little bit of cleanup. Probably pick this back up tomorrow. Show you some changes there. But I appreciate anyone who stopped in today. Had some fun. And yeah, we'll pick this back up tomorrow. I will see you guys later.